Hello and welcome back to Matthew's Tottenham blog and to another episode of Transfer Talk. Today I'm going to be taking a look at the entire Giovani Lo Celso situation that's going on at the moment and the news from Sky Sports last night that we have actually made an opening bid for the player. I'm also going to have news of a giveaway at the end of the video, so make sure you stick around for that. So on the transfer show last night on Sky Sports, Paul Gilmour was asked about the latest updates regarding the Giovani Lo Celso situation. And what he had to say was that Spurs have made an opening bid for the player. That bid was £40 million plus an unknown player, which I think is a very interesting bid for a number of reasons, but Real Betis did immediately reject that bid and there has been no response from Spurs since then. Spurs are still interested in the player. It is a deal that they want to see get over the line, but for a number of reasons they're not pursuing it at the moment. The player is still also interested in completing a move to Tottenham, particularly to work with fellow Argentine Mauricio Pochettino. There are another number of other clubs interested in the deal. I'll be talking about them a bit later in the video. But first I'm going to take a look at who that unknown player in the bid might have been, because it is interesting because that isn't something that Tottenham have been known to do in the past. And it's, maybe we could have offered 50 or 60 million pounds and seen if Real Betis would have dropped their asking price, but they made a bid of 40 million pounds and a player who I imagine would have been valued in the region of 25 million pounds. I took a look at the players that are currently in Real Betis' squad, as well as players they've sold and bought this window, and the main rumours surrounding the club. And after taking a look at it, I think the player that would have been offered in that deal is Danny Rose. So primarily it's defenders that we're looking to get out of the club this summer in order to rebuild that defence that Pochettino was unhappy with last season. As for right backs, Kieran Trippier, of course, heavily linked with the departure, as was Serge Aurier. Keep in mind that this bid was before Trippier completed his move to Atletico Madrid. Real Betis do have three first-team right-backs at the moment. They're Antonio Barragan, who played in the Premier League with Middlesbrough, Emerson and Francis Guerrero. So I can't imagine Tottenham would have identified that as a position that Real Betis would have wanted to have strengthened. So I don't see why they would have offered a right-back. Centre-backs, Real Betis are set there. They have three really good centre-backs. They're Marc Bartra, who's previously played with the likes of Barcelona and Borussia Dortmund, as well as Issa Mandi and Sydney. Now, left back, their only first team left back at the moment is Junior Firpo. Firpo has been linked with a lot of moves this summer, including one to Tottenham. So I think because the doubt around Danny Rose's future and the fact that he is likely to leave the club this summer, I think he could have been the player that was involved in this offer for Real Betis that they turned down. As for the rest of the team, they're set in midfield. They have a number of really good centre defensive midfielders and attacking midfielders. And with Nabil Fekir, a deal that's really close to completion, him moving from Lyon to Real Betis, I don't think a like for like replacement would have been something Betis or Tottenham would have been interested in, because there aren't really many players in that position that would be willing to get rid of this summer that do meet that valuation of about 25 million pounds. Betis do have only one centre forward. They've sold two already this window. So I do imagine they'd be looking for a centre forward, but there aren't any at Tottenham that would have been realistic to include in that deal. So I do think Danny Rose might have been the player that Tottenham put in that deal. I think one of the main things to look at is the various factors that are suggesting Giovani Lo Celso will actually leave Real Betis this summer. First of all, Betis finished 10th in La Liga last season and have missed out on European football, of course, for the season ahead. And for a number of reasons, I think that's really an important thing to take into consideration. First of all, Giovani Lo Celso, who's a really, really good player, an international level player for Argentina, who have, as we all know, a really, really strong attacking setup there. So I do imagine he'd be wanting to play in Europe next season, mainly in the Champions League, because he's a player of that quality who should be looking at playing football at that level. As well, Betis having missed out on that European football, they're going to miss out on a lot of money in terms of like European sponsorships, TV money and prize funds from the competitions. So they are looking to recoup a bit of money this summer to kind of make up for that. Also, as I said, Nabil Fekir is close to joining Real Betis from Lyon in a deal believed to be worth around 25 million pounds. And as I said, Betis mightn't be looking for a like-for-like replacement for Lo Celso, maybe because of this deal. Nabil Fekir, obviously a really, really talented player. He's someone who's been linked with Liverpool a lot in the last year or two. But it is a strange one that he may be joining Real Betis. But that deal is looking like it will go ahead this summer, and it could be done in the next couple of days. Obviously, Lo Celso is away on holiday, but he will be back in the next couple of days. So potentially, as soon as he returns to Betis, Fekir will have been brought in, and he might be allowed to go and talk to any club that is interested in him. Now, the two other clubs that are believed to be interested in Giovani Lo Celso are Benfica and Bayern Munich. Benfica, as I said in my video a couple of days ago, they aren't a team who would be kind of known for this kind of transfer. They're a team very similar to the likes of Ajax. They bring players up through their academy and they sell them off for a lot of money. Um, However, having said that, I do think it is a possibility this summer because there's a number of strong teams in Portugal like Sporting Lisbon and Porto who are competing with Benfica for those trophies, and Benfica have kind of lost out a bit in the last couple of seasons, so they may be looking to strengthen their squad a different way to try and get back up there and start winning again. And having sold João Felix to Atletico Madrid for over £100 million only a couple of weeks ago, they do definitely have the funds to complete this transfer. Um, so it is something that I think we could keep an eye on, but it's not something I'm overly worried about in terms of us missing out on Lo Celso. However, Bayern Munich is a completely different story. Obviously, one of the best teams in Europe, winning trophies comfortably season after season in Germany. They're easily a team that could turn Lo Celso's head. A number of people might be thinking he mightn't get game time there because of the strength of Bayern Munich squad, but there's a number of players there who have retired. Iron Robin, of course, one of them, and then older players like Thomas Muller and Frank Ribery may be coming towards the end of their careers. And as well, James Rodriguez, who was on loan from Real Madrid for the last 2 years, that loan deal has expired and he has returned to the Santiago Bernabeu. So that is, without a shadow of a doubt, a position that Bayern Munich should really be looking to strengthen this summer, and a player of Lo Celso's quality could fit in really well there. But at the end of the day, I do think it all comes down to the player's preference, and having a look at this from his point of view, I think that would completely take Benfica out of the question. And I think it is fair to assume that Bayern Munich and Tottenham will be the two teams who are the main competitors to get this deal done. From Lo Celso's point of view, again, looking at game time, both teams could be a good shout. As I said, Bayern Munich losing a lot of players in that area of the pitch that Celso could easily fill. Tottenham, we do have a lot of players in there like Dele Alli, Christian Eriksen, Son and Lucas as well, even though they're more kind of wider players. Lo Celso could be looking at that as, because we were a bit weak in that area of the pitch last season, not in terms of personnel, but in terms of quality. Like, we were just really slow and there was a lack of quality really there last season. So Lo Celso could be looking at that as a place where he could break into the squad and make a name for himself at Tottenham. And if Eriksen leaves, that is definitely a place where he would get into the team. So it comes back to that again, Sky Sports saying it is something Tottenham will revisit if Christian Eriksen leaves the club this summer, which is looking increasingly unlikely. Eriksen, of course, in Singapore with the squad at the moment, looking very happy, doing his keepy-uppies with Pochettino. Whether or not that was just for cameras or not, obviously we'll never know. He is training away from the squad, but Pochettino said that is because of a minor injury. They don't want him to go through anything too strenuous, in the hope that he will be available for our first pre-season game on Sunday. And I think because Eriksen is away in the pre-season tour, it could be a sign that he is in Pochettino's plans for the season ahead. Obviously, players like Danny Rose, who's been left out of the squad, has been left out to pursue a move away from the club. So if it was a thing that Eriksen would be leaving this summer, I imagine he would have been left at home with Danny Rose as well to try and get deals done like that. So Lo Celso for game time, even though it sounds a bit weird to say, Bayern Munich could be a better place for him than Tottenham. But then you also have to come back to the fact that he wants to work with Mauricio Pochettino. They're both Argentinian, and Lo Celso has said Pochettino, is one of the best managers in the world. He's someone he looks up to, and he would really enjoy playing under Pochettino. So I think, again, the Pochettino factor could make this a really good signing for us. Pochettino, of course, got that Tanguy and Ndombele deal over the line. But teams like Man City and Juventus in and around there, and Ndombele said it was Pochettino who, when he personally met him, it was what he said that convinced him to come to Tottenham. And then there's a debate again about whether or not the player wants easy trophies every season or if he wants a challenge. There are a number of players who would go mainly for the trophies, and you can completely understand that. And in that situation, Bayern Munich will be the best option for him. But if he wants more of a challenge and if he wants to be part of a project, rather than going to Bayern Munich, a player who would be a fan favourite when he joined and then be a bit important for a few years and then probably shipped off somewhere else in a couple of years' time. If he wants to be part of a project and have a real challenge, Tottenham would be the ideal destination for him. Now, before I go, I am doing my first giveaway on this channel. I'm going to be giving away a free home jersey from the 2019-2020 season. So I'm going to do that when I hit 1,000 subscribers. Now, as I'm making this video, I'm on 730. So if you just share the channel and share my videos, hopefully we'll get there before the season starts and I can give away that jersey. That's all for this video today. If you do want more transfer content like this over the next couple of weeks and match previews and reviews and things like that when the season starts again, subscribe to the channel down below for free and don't forget to like this video. Thanks for watching.